Good morning. It's Monday morning. It's actually 10:35 or so, and I've been up since, I don't know, 5:45 a.m. But it was still this was still a little warm this morning when I got up, so I just let it sit. I just wanted to follow these instructions all the way through for you. And so I went ahead and I did this, even though I don't normally let them. When I first started doing the glycerin, I did leave them overnight, I don't know. It's really up to you on how you want to do it. But let's do the recipe here, okay? So let's see here. All right. So I left them overnight. I don't pull them. I don't put them in a bucket. They are nice and cool. So they came out beautiful. I just want to show you that. So this might get a little noisy or loud. I'll zoom that out. But the water is cool. And I'm just kind of going to show you what I do. So I'm just going to pull them out like so. And I'm just going to put them right in my sink. Okay? And there's, like I said, I did 2 pounds, so there's a lot in here. They smell delicious. This is a great little thing to be doing in the fall, isn't it? And like I said, I'm still in Florida, so I actually have a long sleeve t-shirt on today because it was chilly this morning. Yes, it was. It got down to, I don't know, I think it was like 60. I had to put a bathrobe on and everything. Okay, I think, let's see, one more grab ought to do it for me. I'll be right back. Okay, so let's continue. So 2 pounds is this much, and I'm going to do more today. I'm going to add a cup to this water. There's a shorty. I'm going to add a cup to this today. You can see how much evaporated. A lot from that line, right? So I'm probably going to add a cup of glycerin to this, and I will do another pound today. So let me just move this out of the way a little. And then all I'm going to do is make sure that's cool. And then I am going to rinse them, give them a really good rinse, and get all that glycerin off. Gotta love these big sinks. Yeah, I love the granite composite sinks. If you're like me and you love to work with paint and gourds and glue and clay and drilling and woodwork, yeah, we want, and dyes, right? Lots of dye. Now my new house, I'm going to have a nice utility sink out in my garage. I have a utility sink here. It's just really inconvenient. So I tend to use this. And I got to tell you, the sprayer on this mowing is amazing. It just really is. Okay, I'm going to give this a little bit more rinsing because there's a lot of needles and I can still feel the glycerin. So I will be back in just a little bit, probably with the next step of what I've done. Okay, see you in a bit. Okay, so this is where we left off. I take the needles and I let them drain in the sink like so. Then I take small amounts. They just dry faster when I do it this way. So I just wanted to show you. It's just a little tip and trick. They dry faster when I do this. Now remember, everybody is different depending on where you live. So, all right. I got a weird one here. Hold on. Okay. So, see, they're nice and shiny, but listen, they're squeaky clean. But look how beautiful they look, right? All right, so I lay them on a towel on my counter, and I do this. I give them, it's like a car wash, I guess. So I just kind of roll them like that. Yeah, some people may not have the patience for this. You know, it's like, I ain't doing that. It's just a lot easier just to throw them down. But I treat my pine needles like, I don't know, like I treat my projects. So then I just keep laying these out. This is an old dirty towel. Just find this is an old dirty beach towel. This is like so old. Okay, so, and then I just roll, just like so. So this towel is yay long, and I'll use every bit of it. And it will take up the excessive moisture. And then wait till you see the funky little thing I got set up. Now, I just want to tell you, normally what I use to dry my needles, I know we all talk about this and different things you can do. I have this really weird thing that was in my garden a while ago. It's just a piece of old wood that I was going to throw away, and then I realized that I took all my big screens and I've already packed them up and they're gone to my storage in Tennessee, and I had nowhere to lay out my needles. So I took this wooden crappy thing, and it works. I just took 2 chairs and I put this wood thing on it when I'm doing pine needles, just so they get a lot of circulation from the the air under and on top. Also, the other thing I forgot was in the first video, I was talking about ventilation in the house, and I cut off and I put it in the comments under part 1 of this video, but I have an air purifier. It's over there on my fireplace. I usually keep that on medium or high. I put my fan on medium, and if it's cool enough, I just crack a window. If not, I'm just telling you, this has a really good seal on it. I don't smell anything. And even when I lift the lid, I don't smell anything. If it bothers you, then absolutely wear a mask, do what you have to do. Maybe it bothers some people, but after making soap as many years as I did, and I used glycerin, that's a natural product. I know this is kind of going, we're breathing it, but I tend to like hold my breath. I don't know if that's just a natural thing, but I hold my breath when I'm doing this, when they're cooking or simmering, and then I lift it to move the needles around. That's what I do. I just hold my breath. I'm going to do one more, and then I'm going to cut away. I'm going to finish what I'm doing, and then I will show you how I lay them out. I still think it adds length to your needles. When you're doing this, I just do. Oh, I think I saw a shorty in there somewhere. Can't see it. Well, we see that one, right? Oh, that's just a broken one. I leave those on there. I guess you do too. I use them in the middle as fillers. I have there's so many new people, right, coming in our groups or coming into the pine needle groups. I don't know if anybody's on them on Facebook, but there's a great group in there called the Art of Pine Needle Basketry. No, the Art of Pine Needle Coiling, I think. There are other pine needle groups in there. There's also supply groups to buy needles from, and supplies. And I don't generally sell my needles. I do every once in a while if I have an overabundance of them. But I'm so busy for the most part that I don't. I make all my own bases, centers, bottoms, whatever you want to call them. A lot of times I just do natural. I just start with a natural coil, and I just naturally coil. I start with a natural center. I use all kinds of different threads, but I use mostly sinew. And I'm really picky about it. I don't like a lot of dyes on it. I'm more of a natural coiler. I even have, like, from my chicken coop, those are some feathers. I like feathers. I love anything. I have made a pine needle basket that can hold water. We just don't know really what we might need these baskets for. So make sure you have a lot of friends that know how to make reed baskets too. But I'll follow up with you in a few minutes and complete this video and show you how I dry them. And we'll go from there, okay? See you in a few. So I went ahead and rolled them all up. I wanted to show you how huge this is. So you can, this towel gets washed every time I do this, but you can just tell, I've done a lot of things on this towel. I don't know what I'd do if I ever lost it. So I roll back and forth. I just roll it back and forth like so. It's kind of fun. Take the needles off. But that's it. And that gives it, that kind of like takes a lot of the moisture out. I don't know. I think this really helps with that problem of twisty needles too, by the way. I just, I don't get as many twisty needles because of doing it like this. So the next step is going to be it's easier also to get my needles outside. Because I just, roll it in this big towel like this, and I carry it like this. So I'll be showing you that next, okay? Hang in there. Okay, so here we are. We're in my front yard. So this is the crazy little setup I did. You just have to do what you gotta do. You gotta compromise when you don't have all your supplies. Just showing you anything will work. I mean, who would have thought? So yeah, I was just gonna dump this thing. And then I saw, well, wait a minute. That might work. Now you can see I have, 2 pounds of needles, but I'll move them around a lot today. It's a nice kind of breezy day. It's probably 70, 77 or so. I just scoot them all down. These should be dry by sunset. But it just depends on where you live, right? So I'm not kidding. These will be done probably, but I will not bundle them. I will not bundle them. I will bring them in, and then I will lay them on my larger counter, and they will stay there for 24 hours. It's this. Those stay wet. You have to make sure those are completely dry. But I think the colors came out beautiful. They're very pliable and flexible, and I love the colors. So yeah, followed all the directions. I think it was a success. If there's anything that I didn't cover in this, or you want to add to it, please add. Please add to it. It's mostly just for my personal use here, so I like to keep a couple pounds, and now that I'm moving, I'm trying to get as many done as I can so that I won't have to worry for a while. All right, just add whatever you want to add under comments, or if you have any questions. But here's a close-up of the colors. I think they came out really nice. Nice and shiny. Really flexible. Beautiful. Y'all have a wonderful Monday. Bye for now.